as sailors. Okay, and we're going to tell you. I'm going to tell you there's a general regulation that we divide the sailors into 4 departments. And this regulation is not specific for the Navy, and we can see that the sailors on the ship we divide into 4 departments: deck department, engineering department, stewards department, other department, 4 departments. And then we will and let's introduce the first, the deck department, and let's see some vocabularies. Deck 甲板 compartment 船舱后船体 superstructure 上体结构. Okay, next page. Okay, what is deck? The deck deck is a horizontal structure. You can see that. It's a horizontal structure that covering is a permanent covering for the hull. Hull is the vocabulary 船舱. It's a permanent covering for the hull, and it has 2 functions: to be a roof of the hull and to be a walking surface for the sailors, the deck department sailors. And the deck structure, they usually built to be multiple, multi-stories, like that, multi-stories, and they can store cargoes or accommodate sailors, tourists, okay. Okay, you can see that is the deck department what they're doing. This is a submarine deck. And you can see the soldiers of the deck department, he is he's operating a machine gun. And this guy is, managing his ship. And that's department, the deck department sailors doing. And when we introduce deck department's position, and that will be chief officer. We call that in Chinese 大副. Second officer 二副, third officer 三副, and the boatswain we call it 水手长. We can, in the movie, we can always see this kind of, able seamen, normal sailors, ordinary seamen. There will be, the ordinary seamen. It's kind of in Chinese. They're the sailor 实习生. Yeah. They are not so professional to be full sailor. Okay. And then we will see some vocabularies. Propulsion 推进 notable 你值得注意的 salvage 浮水 box 大容量的. Okay. And what second will introduce the engineering department's job. In charge for operation and maintenance the propulsion and other systems, and the hotel facilities, notable the salvage, lighting, air conditioning, and the water system. So someone actually lay in charge of everything about the sailor's life on the ship. You can see lighting, air conditioning, blah blah blah. And they also manage the bulk fuel transfers. You can see that this is the ship's propulsion system, and they are just cleaning it, maintaining, to make sure it can work very well. And this guy, he is fixing, the sandwich system. On the ship, the sailors, they pee and they make some sandwich and they will. And this is their water system, the water system supply, and this is the oil transfer they're doing. And then number 4, the engineering department sailors, they also require training in firefighting and they provide first aid for the sailors on the ship. When there's fire on the ship, they will be very dangerous. So they are the guy who need to be trained to have the ability to be, have firefighting ability. Engineering department, you can see the position chief engineer. We call it 轮机长, first assistant engineer. It will be the 第一助手 and the second blah 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 like that. And this guy will be oil 的那些帮忙加油的人 ，the greaser 他帮忙擦就是帮忙擦拭油管的，就是做这些设备上维护。OK, next page. And now we'll introduce the steward department. What is steward department? The preparing and the serving meals, and the cleaning and maintaining officers' front and the steward department areas, the receiving, the issuing, and the inventory stores. The ship steward also plays the menus, complies supply, overtime, and the cost control records. You can see that the American Navy saw their steward department, they prepare meals for the soldiers. And this is what we call the officer area. The steward department in charge of cleaning this area. And this will be the menus. And you can see that inventory means the cargoes on the ship. And the steward department in charge of managing these cargoes. Steward's department divided into 3 positions: chef steward, chef crew, steward's assistant. Chef steward will be the top guy of the steward department. The chef crew will be 主厨, is the boss of the kitchen. Steward's assistant will be the, yeah. Okay, the other department is the other men that divided into the 3 departments, and their work is not so, so exact to be taught. So we are to skip this. Okay, Sailor Moons, let's see. Left at sea. Professional mariners live on the margin of the society. They face crime, stock, noise, and dangerous conditions at sea. We all know that whatever the calling, those who live and work at sea invariably confront social isolation. So we can know that they're lonely, and they work in very dangerous conditions. It's very tough to live on the sea. You can see these patients. They suffer from a disease that means scurvy. In Chinese, we call it 坏血病. Scurvy is a disease resulting from a deficiency of vitamin C, which is required for the synthesis of collagen in humans. Okay. And the scurvy of the mariners. Scurvy was one time common among sailors, pirates, and other on-board ships at sea longer than the perishable fruit and vegetables could be stored. A British Royal Navy, James Lee, first proved it could be traded, blah blah. Okay, we know that scurvy is a very, where a very long time ago, the pirates, the sailors on the sea, they all suffer from this kind of disease because of the short of, the vitamin C. This kind of, we human cannot make by ourselves. So there's one doctor, his name called James Lee. He first proved that if the sailors preparing the citrus fruit, just like that, which in Chinese call it 橙类、柑橘类的水果 ，orange, 奇异果 ，okay, and then will solve the problem when it's 18th century, it's 1953. So, okay, and thank you very much.